I'm being discriminated and filtered on YouTube, and I'm not the only one.
This is Max Headroom.
One of her most well-known videos here is one where she is wearing a revealing purple dress. Don't believe what you see is a message appearing in the video screen.
Hello, I'm Siren, and I'm a digital human. I was created by an international team of artists and engineers who wanted to challenge our ideas of what a synthetic human could be.
We're on the GDC show floor, and one of the first things we're seeing is a digital human. Say hello to Siren.
And if you go and check my videos, you see that my new videos hardly get views.
I've got state-of-the-art real-time graphics and an unprecedented level of detail in my eyes, skin and hair. Cool, right? But I'm more than just a collection of fancy pixels. I'm actually being driven by a real human actress and her dynamic motion capture through Unreal Engine.
The way of the future.
Siren is a collaboration between Epic Games, Vicon, Tencent, Cubic Motion, and 3Lateral. These are companies that are coming together to make the Uncanny Valley even more uncanny. So what these teams have done is created a way for an actress's performance to be superimposed digitally onto someone else's face, basically. And it looks like the real person talking. So this technology reads the actress's face as she's performing, and it superimposes it. It just transfers it directly to a digital character who acts like her and does not look like her. It's really kind of creepy, but also really, really impressive.
Online, the shooter Nasim Aghdam had already expressed her anger at YouTube. She had been a prolific contributor to the video sharing site, posting videos on fitness, veganism, and animal rights.
But what about frozen meat? Is that as fresh as the moment the cow went?
According to relatives, Aghdam came from Iran as a refugee more than 2 decades ago.
But there's also a bunch of other uses for this kind of technology. Movies, advertising, TV. This is something that can even be used in the fake news realm to make people look like they're saying things that they never actually said. So that's something to keep an eye on in the future.
The way of the future.
Police say Aghdam had a 9mm semi-automatic handgun that was registered in her name. She visited a shooting range yesterday morning before going to YouTube. Police said the shooter wounded 3 people in YouTube's open courtyard and then killed herself. Investigators covered her body with a yellow tarp.
When it comes to freedom of speech, do you think that Iran is better than USA or USA is better than Iran?
Is there any suggestion of terrorism involved in this at all?
Well, we know that she was upset with YouTube, and we've determined that right now that's the motivation that we've identified.
And of course, everywhere in the world to them is just a theater of operations.
Then there's a video that gives more insight, if you will, in the life of Mrs. Aghdam. She had fled her native Iran decades ago. In that video, she explains that even though she was a member of the Baha'i faith, which is a persecuted faith in Iran, she doesn't really like life in the United States.
As for motive, San Bruno police say Aghdam was likely targeting YouTube because she was angry over those restrictions on the videos she posted.
It is believed that the suspect was upset with policies and practices of YouTube.
Forensic investigators are combing through her website and social media accounts for more clues. Online, she ranted against YouTube for how they treated her.
There's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it.
Her family tells us 38-year-old Nasim Aghdam came to the United States when she was 18 as a refugee from Iran. They say she was an animal rights activist and vegan. Her YouTube videos show her passion for exercise and activism. She was known as Green Nasim by thousands of followers. Her family says about a year ago, Nassim became very angry when YouTube censored her videos, as Nassim herself explained online.
I also enjoy a good laugh.
She was also repeatedly being teased online for her comments. Many Iranian users in social media would ridicule her, would tell her that she's crazy. And in one video, she actually explains that she's doing very well and that it's actually the people who are making those comments who are mentally ill.
People can be really nasty. Only the other day I heard someone say, he's nothing but a robot, covered in makeup.
I know you hate me, but hey, let's be friends. I can make meat eaters angry in a second. They will tell you I'm insane, cause you know I hate the meat and you hate to change. They will tell you I'm insane, cause you know I hate the meat and you better not hate to change.
Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace. From day to day, to the last syllable recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out! Brief candle!
Digital humans are an image that, audience is extremely sensitive to. Everybody is an expert in judging whether digital humans are perfect or not. And so we recognize that challenge, and instead of shooting individual shapes, we are now shooting a performance.
One thing where digital humans fall flat is motion. And so what we're doing here with Andy is actually a completely different technique for capturing that motion and applying it to the rig such that you may not know that it's not Andy.
Struts and frets his hour upon the stage.
This is something that can even be used in the fake news realm.
Digital humans, in my opinion, still don't exist. They will start existing when people from the street can look at the data and basically can tell the difference whether it's real or not. We're hoping that this is actually going to be achieving this goal.
Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
The way of the future. The way of the future. The way of the future. The way of the future.